Welcome to Graduate Spotlight, a presentation of College Success Arizona. This program features the hardworking college graduates who have earned scholarships from College Success Arizona and are now in the workforce or continuing with their education. Today on Graduate Spotlight, we interview Ashley Curiel.
So I was born in Guadalajara, Mexico, and at a very young age, I immigrated to Los Angeles. So most of my childhood and early teens was in Los Angeles.
I also have a note that you're from Yuma.
Yes. So after a little before high school, my family and I moved to Yuma, Arizona.
And what was it like moving from Los Angeles, one of the biggest cities in the country, to a very rural area like Yuma, especially going into high school?
It was really tough. It was a really tough time, especially being a teenager. I was just really stubborn, but my family made it feel better, and I had more family actually in Yuma that mitigated the losses.
And how old are you currently?
Right now, I am 22.
And where did you graduate from high school?
I graduated from Kofa High School in Yuma.
In what year?
2012.
And you are attending which college currently?
I am at Arizona State University.
And what is your course of study?
I am doing engineering, an emphasis on mechanical systems.
And you expect to graduate in May of this year?
That's correct, yes.
And what is your long-term goal? What do you want to do? Do you have a dream job?
I do. I actually would one day love to be a surgeon. But I would love to be more in the clinical research aspect more than patient care.
So your education, by the sounds of it, is far from over.
Yeah. I did definitely take the road less taken into medical school, but I think it would definitely help in my long-term goal. So
you graduate, your degree is in, did you say mechanical engineering?
Yes. And yes, that's correct.
So what is the next step educationally? Do you want to get into medical school?
Yes. So actually, to become a more competitive applicant, I've decided to do graduate school before applying to medical school. So in the fall, I should begin my master's at Arizona State University.
So you'll take a master's in what exactly?
It's going to be in engineering.
And then you could go from engineering to medical school?
Yes. So, and the reason I did that is because nowadays a lot of medical schools are offering a PhD and MD program. So, since I want to become more of a medical scientist, that's what they call it. That's why I'm deciding to focus in engineering and then emerge into the medical field.
I see. So then you basically want to work in research or maybe develop some type of medical equipment that might help in the life-saving treatment process?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so more of a research, like more medical and clinical research than patient care. But I would love to be a surgeon because I know a lot of surgeons do a lot of medical and clinical work in the developing different or new surgical techniques or approaches.
And would you want to stay in Arizona or go back, return to Los Angeles?
I thought about it, but I've actually recently, Arizona has a Mayo Clinic medical school, and Mayo Clinic is a really well-known hospital. So their program, their medical school is really good as well. So maybe I might look into that.
And this interest in medicine, medical research, possibly being a surgeon, when did that start?
I've always had an interest in like the medical field, but just when I graduated from high school, the thought of being in school for the next 10 years kind of scared me. So that's why I decided to do engineering. But in my undergrad, I got involved in research, and that's when I knew that whatever I wanted to do had to be something working in labs or research related. And I also looked more into the medical field by shadowing doctors, and that's when I knew that's what I definitely wanted to do for the rest of my life.
And moving from Los Angeles to Yuma and then to Phoenix must feel kind of like home because it has the sort of scale of an LA-sized city.
It does, yeah. It does remind me a lot of Los Angeles. It's a little bit better than Yuma.
And you attended Arizona Western College in Yuma?
Yes, I did.
You were there 2 years and you got your associates there? Is that what happened?
Yes. I got my associates and then transferred to Arizona State.
And when did you first learn about College Success Arizona?
It was early on in high school. I believe either my freshman or sophomore year.
And how has the scholarship, which you earned and pays up to $6,000 per year for educational expenses, how has it helped you financially?
It's helped me tremendously. I mean, I hear from my classmates about how much money they have to pay, and I have friends who are international students, and their tuition is astronomical. So just knowing that I graduate with a very little debt is amazing. It's a good feeling, and I guess it's like a weight off my shoulder, something that not a lot of recent college grads experience.
And I imagine that reduces the burden moving forward, because you probably will incur some debt as you continue this sort of educational path you're on.
Yes. So and a lot of classmates of mine, they hesitate going into grad school just because of the debt they already incurred during their undergrad. So I think having a scholarship that paid for all of my undergrad education really helped me. I didn't have any second doubts about pursuing grad school.
And the scholarship also provides an academic advisor, success advisors we call them, and in your case, your advisor is Matt Sotelo. Can you talk about how Matt has worked with you throughout your undergraduate experience?
Yeah, I mean, he's very understanding, and since it helps as well that he attended Arizona State, so, any questions that I might have, he's really good at answering them, or he's also really good at just reaching out to people he knows, or leading me to the correct path of finding an answer. But yeah, he's been very understanding, very concerned about my well-being and how I'm doing in school. So he's helped a lot.
And for high school students back in Yuma and maybe other places listening to this who are considering college, can you offer some advice?
I say go for it. It's definitely going to help you out. I mean, everything is, in today's world, is changing, and being well prepared, having a higher education will definitely help them achieve their goals.
And college for you, can you talk about how it's changed you, possibly made you more confident since high school, the last 4 years?
I think, especially in the field that I'm in, engineering, it's definitely made me see the world in a very different way. But I think also doing engineering, I matured a lot.
Can you talk about the role that your family played in encouraging you to attend college?
So I think just my background alone, being a Hispanic woman immigrating from Mexico, my family encouraged me. I mean, I saw the struggles my parents faced firsthand being immigrants in this country, so that definitely was a motivation for me to pursue higher education. I want them to know that all their hard work and sacrifices was well worth it.
And your educational path, you have to get your master's and then med school and then a residency, so you might have another, 8 or 10 years ahead of you.
Yeah. That is, it's about 10 years more in school.
Well, it's going to go by anyway, so you might as well come out of it with being a doctor if you can, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ashley, for the interview and for working so hard to make a difference in our community.